Good morning, Sherman Bearcats. We are back at school, and we are here today to talk about backward design. Many of you, I think you understand what I'm talking about when I ask you to look at this picture, and it kind of sometimes tells us what we're doing at schools. We're not always sure how we're building a bridge, but we're trying, and as we can tell on this picture, they're not going to be very successful with the way that they're trying to do it. So we're going to talk a little bit today about backward design, and hopefully by the end of this professional development session, we're going to have a really good place to start for these 6th grade math students. So let's go ahead and begin by talking about what is backward design. Backward design is basically starting a curriculum and putting the goals first, and then making sure that we have an assessment to reach those goals, and then last and finally putting our lesson plans together, which is the delivery of our content. Why do we want to do backward design at Sherman High School? Well, the way that we're teaching right now, we feel like it's a little disorganized, and we would like to try and teach towards the goals and have a little bit more organized instruction. In a nutshell, this is what backward design includes. First of all, you're going to think about what the desired results are. Then we're going to come up with evidence and assessments to make sure that we are actually achieving those desired results. And then finally, we're going to talk about how the instruction or the experiences we give our students can help us get to those desired results. The key to success for backward design is definitely going to be that lesson plans are made last. Now, for the how. It's very important that you understand how we're going to do this. And one example is basically I'm going to talk to you about the goal. And the goal for what we're talking about right now is that the 6th grade students, they will apply mathematic problems to everyday life, society, and the workplace. And this is actually in the TEKS. So I'm sure that most of you are familiar with this. What we would then do is look at what evidence or assessments can we actually measure in order to make sure that they are achieving that goal. And then after that, we'll come up with learning ideas or learning activities. And I actually have something that I hope you'll be excited about learning. It's called the Where To principle. And this is an example of where to. And what you do is you take the first letter, the W, which is where's the unit going, the H, trying to hook all the students, E, equip our students, R, rethink and revise, E, evaluate, T, tailored, and lastly, hopefully the teachers are organized. But this just kind of gives you a nice little way to think about your learning activities, and are they actually engaging the students and helping them reach the goals. This is an example template of a backwards designed lesson plan, and I really just want you to stay focused on the main thing, which is that we want to make sure that we are establishing the goals first and that they are directly related to the TEKS, and then we want to make sure that the students are understanding the key concepts and making sure there's an essential question. And then finally, it's also important that we determine evidence for assessing learning. Let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about the same objective or goal, which was to apply mathematics to problems arising in everyday life, society, and workplace. I think we all understand what the goal is, and I think you understand what the essential question would be and the key concepts of understanding. But when we talk about determining evidence for assessing learning, I think it's important that we use differential instruction, and we want to make sure that we're engaging the students. A couple of examples might be that you give them project-based learning, have the student identify 3 math-based careers, and describe 3 math units that you've covered this 6 weeks that pertain to a math career, and give an example of each, and then possibly a quiz over math and society. I think that in order to make sure that they are achieving this goal, you also want to make sure that you also are doing other evidence or formative assessments, and you can do this in many different ways. I think as far as the next item would be is you've got to now come up with your daily activities. After you've set your assessment, and let's just say it's the quiz on math and society, you want to make sure that the teachers understand that they're responsible for allowing the students to know what they will be measuring for the assessment. Your assessments need to be measurable. And then so what you would do is basically give them an activity. An example of an activity would be put them into some group work, maybe have the students give you 5 examples of 6th grade math used in everyday life. And I just went ahead and put an example in there that maybe you would use with your students, that knowing the energy use at your home and being able to read the graph on a bill so you can improve your energy use, this is clearly an everyday use of math, and this is directly related to the TEKS. What I'd like to now, because I feel like I've given you a pretty good understanding of backward design, is, many times in professional development we tell you what we want you to do and we tell you how to do it, but we never actually give you the time to do it. So I'd like you all to go ahead and take this time to go ahead and get in groups of 3 and come up with backward design lesson plans for the first 6 weeks of 6th grade. And I also wanted to let you know that at the end we're going to discuss problems and possibly solutions of backward design that might affect our individual school. So I hope that I have explained backward design to you, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I look forward to giving our students the best math instruction possible at Sherman High School. I hope you all have a great day, and I look forward to hearing back from you. We'll go ahead and take about 45 minutes to work on this, and then we'll reconvene. Thank you so much for your attention, and have a great day. Okay, so we've come back and we've talked about the different problems and solutions that possibly we may have here at Sherman, and I just want to say thank you for taking the time to do the activity. And as you can see, probably the most important step of backward design is that we review and refine it. It's not going to work perfectly at once, and especially for our school, we need to make sure that we're coming back to collaborate and constantly evaluating so that we can help our students at Sherman. Again, thank you so much for your attention, and have a fabulous day.